It is me. It's me. I'm live. It's Saturday, so you know I am. So you know what it is. Wrestling Week in Review podcast slash live stream. And yes, I am. Yes, I am very much. I am very much excited for today. I was not able to go live yesterday, although I would have loved to. I mean, last week. I would have loved to go live last week, but wasn't able to. Both of these rooms, both this room and the second group room that's usually available, wasn't available last week. Hey, Austin, anybody that's here that comes into the live stream, if they want to hit that like button, feel free to do so. It's never required, but I do appreciate it. Had the hiccups there for a second. But yeah, just want to clarify, I wanted to go live last week, but I couldn't do it. Both of these rooms, both this room and the room next to it that I sometimes use, wasn't available. They were both used up, so I couldn't go live. So I hope you guys. Yeah, fine. Thanks, Austin. Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, if you guys, like I've said before countless times also, if you want to share your live stream out on your YouTube channels, if it's possible, or if you want to share your live stream with other friends who you think might enjoy this live stream, a wrestling live stream, feel free to do so. I appreciate it. Hey, Dro. Hey, Dro, I'm glad you're here. Also, like I said, if you guys, anybody that's here, if they want to hit that like button, feel free to do so. It's never required. Let's see how many likes we can get. Because last time, at one point not last week, but the week before last, I was live, and at one point I had like over 50 views, and whatnot. I don't know how that happened, but then eventually it stopped. Then eventually it stopped for whatever reason. So hey, congratulations to me. That is now my most viewed. That live stream is now my most viewed Wrestling Weekend Review live stream ever. If I'm not mistaken, it's got 100. Right now, it's got over 140 views. I can't think of a single live stream I've done. I can't think of can't think of a single live stream as far as these live streams go that has gotten that many views. I've had some go over 100, but not many. Anthony Joshua. I'm not really a fan of Jake Paul anyways, so I'm just going to go with him. Yeah, but hey. But we got 3 likes. Thank you to the people who are hitting that like button. I do appreciate it. It's never required. Like I've said a million times, never required, but I appreciate it. Just so we're clear. But hey. Oh yeah, also if you want to share your links, put your links in the chat if you're a mod and you want to put your channel link in the chat. Feel free to do so as well. That's actually kind of hard, Dro. I'm just gonna ask you what team you're on. Team Ron, Roman, or Team Brock. Whatever team you pick is probably what I'm gonna go with. But that one's hard because I like both of those guys. But let's get started with the live stream as always. Yeah, I saw your comment, Austin. Then I'll go with them. Then for War Games. But yeah, let's start off this live stream with the first show of the week. Obviously, that's Obviously, that's Monday Night Raw. I don't know why, but I'm starting to get a little warm. I'm starting to get a little warm in here. But yeah, Monday Night Raw started out the week. We got John Cena, the new Intercontinental Champion, and it seems surreal to even say that. Feels weird just to even say that. Like, damn, the Intercontinental Champion. I don't think it's a yeah, Austin. I'll do that. You know what? No, oh, is that your friend Night Fury dash Y6K? If that's your friend, then I'm gonna say thank you for. Okay, well, I've got my Instagram, I've got my iPad with me, so I'm able to. So if you want, I'm gonna add him as a standard mod for now, and I'm gonna see. I won't subscribe to him right yet because I'm live. Shut up, Mox. But I'll at least go save a video that he has. I guess he's got a. Oh, well, I've got. Oh, I just saved one of his videos, his video, into a playlist I got called Channels, which is basically just random ass videos I got from various different YouTube channels. Started out as just a way for me to like other people's videos that came to my channel, and now it's just random videos from various different YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to. But I'll make sure to subscribe to him after the live stream's over with. But let's get started. We got John Cena. John Cena started out the show. Yeah, I like Blake Monroe too, Joe. I like her too. She's definitely good. And she's so far she's doing pretty good as women's North American champion. Yeah, I know, Dro. I watched Matt's live stream on Monday. They both returned, so I'm excited for both of them. The only problem I have is that LA Knight isn't on the War Games team, and that to me that's just weird because he's been feuding with the Vision just as long as CM Punk and Roman Reigns has and whatnot, and it just makes no and Jey Uso, and it makes no sense to leave him off the team. And basically, if we're thinking about it, it's basically the exact same team that we got at War Games last year on the babyface side. It's pretty much the exact same team. If you swap out Sami Zayn, if you swap out Cody for Sami, it's basically the exact same team, just a different heel team. Shut up, Mox. Get out of here. Don't know why you keep coming back. I literally just hid you. Oh, shoot. Oh, Austin, I'm sorry about that. Oops. My bad. I didn't mean to hide you, Austin. I thought I was hiding Badass Vince. Or Mox, for that matter. Oops. Well, John Cena is out here celebrating his win as Intercontinental Champion. Obvious now, look, I know there were a lot of people that were not happy at all about how John Cena's final Raw appearance ever was booked. And I think what some of us need to do is some of us really need to stop fantasy booking John Cena's retirement tour. Because if we had our way, he'd be delivering 5-star classics each and every week. But it's not our call to make. It's WWE creative. And so as much as people probably weren't, as much as I know some people just were not happy that John Cena's final match on WWE television was nothing more than a boring 6-man tag team match. It was a boring 6-man tag team match. I'm sorry. I liked that match. I liked the match. It was a good match, and I think it was the perfect use of John Cena. Roman Reigns. But yeah, I know people were upset that John Cena's final match on a Monday Night Raw just happened to be a 6-man tag team match and not a singles match against someone that he knew, someone that he had history with. But did this retirement tour have to be just nothing but nostalgia? Did this retirement tour just... I mean, some people were upset that he had a program earlier on in the year against R-Truth. And newsflash, people, Cena has history with R-Truth. Cena has history with R-Truth. Big history with R-Truth. R-Truth is Cena's #1 fan. I mean, childhood hero and all that. And you were mad, and yet you're upset that they wasted a match or two with John Cena against R-Truth, someone that he actually has history with. But that's okay. I do not. But that's okay. We got Dominic Mysterio interrupting, and to be honest, I didn't see this not happening. Dominic Mysterio losing his precious Intercontinental Championship last week. I did not expect Dominic Mysterio to just lie down and take this loss like a man. Instead, he did exactly what I knew he was going to do, and that is confront Cena and demand a rematch. I don't know. I have no idea. I actually don't know who gets the advantage in War Games. I mean, it all depends on who's in the match, who's in the War Games advantage match. Yeah, they haven't announced it yet. Now, from what I have heard, apparently there are spoilers for SmackDown next week because apparently WWE is giving the superstars the Thanksgiving off, so they've decided to, and I'm guessing Black Friday as well, so they've apparently taped this next week's SmackDown, and apparently the War Games advantage match for the ladies is going to be Charlotte Flair versus Asuka, and Charlotte Flair gets the win for her team. So her team gets the advantage in War Games. Like I said, Mox, just shut the hell up. What is your problem? Why can't you just leave me alone? But you can't do that. You can't leave me alone. You have to be here. You have to be here because you don't have anything else better to do with your life. Because your life is so meaningless that you have to come on to a grown-ass man's live stream and harass him 24/7 just because you have to. Don't know why you keep getting unhidden every time. Every time I hide you, you keep getting unhidden. It's like, and I know for a fact that I got rid of every single rogue mod that was on my channel. So there's no reason as to why you should still be coming onto my live stream and harassing me like this. But hey, let's get on with the show. Obviously, this led to the first match of the night, which was a 6-man tag team match. Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, JD McDonough versus the team of John Cena, Sheamus, and Rey Mysterio. This was a very good match. Went about 15 minutes. And hey, it is what it is. Babyfaces won. John Cena is then going to be forced to defend his newly won Intercontinental Championship at Survivor Series against Dominic Mysterio, and I could totally see Dominic Mysterio getting the win there and getting his title back. And it's obviously going to be via shenanigans, because if there's anything I know about Dominic Mysterio nowadays, is that he just loves to cheat to win. And that's basically Eddie Guerrero. And that's basically him using Eddie Guerrero's gimmick and bringing it back to life, which I think is perfect. But yeah, it is what it is. Match lasted about 15 minutes. Good match. We got Stephanie Vaquer. She was out there to address the attack apparently that happened last week via Nikki Bella. And so this then led to Nikki attacking Stephanie a second time. And and so Nikki basically told Stephanie, I'm next. I got a women's world championship match, and it's going to be at Survivor Series. And so great. We got Stephanie Vaquer versus Nikki Bella for the Women's World Championship at Survivor Series. I kind of expected this match to take place at Survivor Series. Not like we actually need it, but it is what it is. Let's move on. We got Asuka, and we got Bayley and Lyra Valkyria backstage. Not quite sure what they were talking about, but obviously we got Asuka coming into focus, and she wanted to talk with Bayley, and she wanted to offer Asuka a spot on her team in War Games. To be honest, there was a time when I actually thought this might have been the case, that this might have happened. This might have been able to happen. Don't know. This could have happened. We could have had Bayley on Asuka's team, with Bayley fully turning heel. I just don't know why she hasn't fully turned on Lyra yet, but it's possible that they could be waiting for the right moment to do it. But hey, it is what it is. Well, because that's Mox, Dro. That is Mox, Dro, and he keeps coming in. I keep hiding him. I keep having to hide him because he keeps harassing me. And he just won't stop. And for some reason, every time I hide him, he gets unhidden, and I have to hide him again. I don't need toxic people in my live chat, in my live streams. I don't need them. Which means I don't need Mox in my live streams, talking trash about me. Oh, and Mox, don't even try to say it's not you, because I know you. I know you by now. I know everything you will say. I know everything you would say. Just, no. We got but yeah, Asuka wanted Bayley as a part of her War Games team for War Games. Bayley flat out said, no, you think that after everything you did to me last year, having my best friend turn on me and whatnot, that I would just gladly join your team? No. Great, Mox is back. Again and again, you're hidden. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Mox. But yeah, but then after Lyra comes back and starts sort of, I guess, dapping up Bayley for standing up to Asuka, Bayley then just for a few seconds reverts back to crazy Bayley, and yeah, that's how that ended. That's how that segment ended. Great. I'm guessing this is obviously leading to a quote unquote full on heel turn for Bayley again, which might very well be the best thing for her. Because she hasn't been doing much as a babyface as of late. We also got the New Day. The New Day being interviewed by Byron Saxton. It was Grayson Waller and the New Day. They were obviously the subject of the World Tag Team titles came up. Obviously, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee had recently said that they would be fighting champions and that they would actually want to defend their titles against any team. Obviously, the New Day decided to use that as an excuse. And yes, the New Day are still complaining that they haven't gotten a quote unquote rematch for the titles, another match for the titles. Well, excuse me, New Day, but as far as I'm concerned, if you want a shot at tag team titles, why don't you, I don't know, win a match. Win a match. That's all I'm asking for. Win a match and prove to Adam Pearce that you are worthy of a tag team title shot. And what you really shouldn't be doing is just complaining 24/7, because that's not going to do you any good. That's not going to do you any good. You're not going to get a title opportunity just for complaining 24/7 about how woe is me and how the tag team division is suffering simply because the New Day aren't the tag team champions. Like the New Day, yeah, like the New Day actually make this division relevant simply by existing. Yeah. Simply by existing, the tag team division on Raw is relevant because of the New Day. Give me a break. World doesn't revolve around the New Day, and neither do the tag team titles. But yeah, that's how that we got Alexa Bliss out there. She wasn't necessarily happy. She had a lot to say about her friend Charlotte Flair, who decided to basically ghost her on SmackDown last week, because last week there was a segment with the War Games participants, with, I'm guessing, the now War Games participants, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, and Rhea. And Charlotte basically said, no, I can't be on the War Games team for you guys because of Rhea. There's too much history, too much bad blood. I don't like her. I think she's a snake. Which were her own words. And so, yeah. I think it's but obviously the babyface, but then she was attacked by the heels, and Charlotte Flair was able to make the save. And as of now, she has now been since added to the War Games team after what happened Friday night, which was last night on SmackDown. We got Solo Sikoa in the Last Time Is Now tournament. This was against a mystery opponent. I had a lot of ideas as to who this might be. I didn't know who this was going to be, but I had some ideas as to who this might be. But turns out I was wrong about all of those ideas. And apparently we got, I have no idea, Dro, but he needs to stop doing it. And if he's going to keep doing this, I'm just going to keep timing him out and blocking his ass and hiding his ass. I'm sorry, but he just needs to stop and just leave me the hell alone. But we all know he's not going to do that. It's his job. It's his job to piss me off, and it's his job to offend me, and it's his job to make offensive comments at me. But hey, it is what it is. We got, so the opponent for Solo Sikoa turned out to be none other than Dolph Ziggler. Now, I'm sure a lot of people would have loved for Dolph Ziggler to win this match and advance in the tournament, but that was not the case. Dolph Ziggler lost. Match went about 11 minutes. Congratulations to Solo Sikoa, but wasn't exactly thrilled with that outcome, but it's okay. We also got a Javon Evans promo in the build-up to his matchup against Gunther later on in the show. We got this was some good stuff from Javon Evans. And I think once he gets up to the main roster, he's going to be great. He's going to be just fine. But yeah, I'd probably put him on SmackDown simply because Raw already seems to have a whole slew of talent. And SmackDown is just gasping in the air for talent. And I would just love to see Javon Evans on SmackDown permanently and not just on a sort of a part-time situation. But yeah, we then get Maxine Dupri versus Becky Lynch. This is their fourth match. I know their first match was on the August 11th Monday Night Raw, and then they had that singles match about a month or so later that led to I think it was October 6th, that led to the countout win for Maxine Dupri. Then they had the title match. Then they had the Women's Intercontinental title match on the 20th, which then had Maxine win by disqualification after Becky Lynch obviously decided to hit Maxine with the title. Adam Pearce then granted Maxine a rematch, but Maxine wanted to be sure that she really wanted this match. So she decided to consult with a quote-unquote friend, and I didn't know who the friend was, but I had a good idea. And I guess we found out who the friend was tonight, because obviously the match ended with Becky Lynch attempting to cheat by taking the top turnbuckle off. This then led to AJ Lee making her return to WWE for the first time since WrestlePalooza. And from what I now know, and from what I think we now know, AJ Lee was making some outside WWE appearances, which in essence would have prevented her from making any WWE appearances following WrestlePalooza. So I totally understand why she didn't show up, why she didn't just immediately go after Becky Lynch and the women's IC title, because she tapped out Becky Lynch at WrestlePalooza, which made me think that's where they were headed, is a match between the two of them, and that still may be the case. But at this time, Maxine Dupree is the new Women's IC champion, and congratulations to Maxine. She more than deserves it. She more than deserves it. Was it the best match of the quote unquote trilogy or foursome? No, but it was a good match, and Becky is no longer the champ. And ever since then, she has apparently ever since then been going on a rampage on X, spewing a whole bunch of quote unquote conspiracy theories and taking Sami Zayn's conspiracy theory gimmick to a whole new level. As knows everybody knows about your because everybody knows about Sami Zayn's conspiracy theory gimmick from late 2020 into 2021 when obviously when after Big E took the IC title from him, he basically had this conspiracy gimmick of where he thought just WWE management was just out to get him and that everybody was conspiring against him. I mean, that's almost exactly what she's been doing recently on X. Just keeps posting stuff about the match in general and the finish of the match and how it's an unjust decision and how justice will prevail and whatnot, and I think it's great. But congratulations, Maxine. We then get AJ Lee and Maxine Dupree backstage, interviewed by Kathy Kelly, obviously. Then Rhea Ripley comes into focus and wants to. Can you just, Mox, can you please be quiet and shut the hell up? My God, you are so annoying. Good God, you are so annoying. But hey, we got Gunther versus Javon Evans. Last time is now tournament. Now this match lasted about 14 minutes. A very, very good match. Very good match. Not going to lie. Yeah, it was a very good match. And Gunther wins. What can I say? Gunther is great. Javon Evans is great. I didn't expect Javon Evans to win. It would have been nice to see someone actually beat Gunther. But I do feel like Gunther is at least going to make the finals of this tournament. At least. If he wins, then yeah, I will have been correct in saying that Gunther is going to be the last opponent for John Cena ever. But yeah. And then we got the main event, which was the War Games. Basically, the War Games team now being made official for both sides. Because we got at least the final members of each team who made their appearance on tonight's Raw. We got Brock Lesnar making his return, and it makes all the sense. And it makes all the sense in the world for Brock Lesnar to be on the heel side for War Games because of his relationship with Paul Heyman. This may be the biggest War Games team that WWE has put together since they started doing the War Games team on the main roster in terms of like size, because almost every man on this team, with the exception of Logan Paul, is an absolute beast. But yeah, that just also meant that we got the return of Roman Reigns. He also made his return, and so he will be on the babyface side for War Games. And that's how the show ended. It was a good show. It was a good Monday Night Raw. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10 because of the build. The build to War Games has been pretty darn good. So that's how I would rate the show. Now on to Tuesday in NXT. Now this week of NXT and next week will be the special 2-night edition of NXT Gold Rush, meaning titles from NXT, TNA, AAA, and Evolve will all be defended next week, both this week and next week. This week we got the AAA mixed tag team titles with the champions Chelsea Green and Ethan Page facing off against the team of Joe Hendry and Thea Hale. This was a good match, lasted about 12 minutes or so. It was a good match, nothing special, but it was good. Obviously, the champions retained. I didn't see that. I mean, I saw that happening. I didn't see the champions losing their titles, so congratulations to Chelsea and Ethan on retaining. We also got, after this, we got Tavion Heights being interviewed, and just so we're clear, they were at MSG, but they weren't in like the main MSG building. They were in the theater at MSG, which I'm guessing is an adjacent arena that's just slightly smaller in size. But still, it's MSG, so it's pretty cool. But we got Tavion Heights being interviewed. This then led to Josh Briggs attacking. Bro, Hazy. Yeah, apparently Mox is running rampant on my live stream, and he won't stop. He won't stop commenting. He won't stop sending hateful comments on my live stream. And I don't need him on my live stream saying all these nasty things because I don't need that type of person on my live stream. But as always, when has Mox ever listened to anything I say? Never. Because why should Mox listen to me? Why should Mox listen to me? Why should Mox even leave this live stream and not bother me? Because it's his job. It's his job to do this to me. Or at least that's what he believes. It's his job to make fun of me. It's his job to say nasty things about me, and that's okay. It's okay. I'm just gonna keep hiding him anyways. I'm just gonna keep hiding him. I'm sorry, but he's not gonna take the vibe of this live stream down simply because he refuses to shut up and leave me alone. But we then after this, we got Zarya and Soruka backstage. Obviously, Soruka was getting ready for her match against NXT for the Women's North American Championship against Blake Monroe. That match lasted about 13 minutes, give or take. It was a very good match. Very good match, as I expected it to be. Obviously, the injured knee slash leg of Blakeman of I don't know, Z, but the injured knee slash leg of Sol Ruka was the target of Blake throughout this match. The ending of the match saw Blake Monroe having Sol Ruka in a half crab situation with the leg really extended, and Zarya, being the friend she is, or at least the friend she claimed to be in this moment, decided that it wasn't worth Sol Ruka risking her entire career just to get back one title. So she threw in the towel. I said, shut up, Mox. Get out of here. Get out. You're not welcome here. Now leave me the hell alone. Anywho, that's how that match ended. Great match, and the finish was interesting because I didn't see that happening. I didn't see Blake losing the title back to Sol Ruka so quickly, but I didn't exactly expect the match to end the way that it did. But it was an interesting finish to a match. If I'm not welcome, then why am I here? Yeah, just shut up, Mox. Just shut up and get out of my live stream. But so far, you have not done any of that. Also, we got Ricky Saints and Oba Femi. Thanks. Thanks, Night Fury -Y6K. I appreciate that. Ooh. And I will visit your channel following this live stream. Also, just so you guys know, I'm going to be doing a new video for this channel later after this live stream is over with, another movie review video. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Which will be a premiere tomorrow. So I'm just gonna immediately get into that once this live stream's over with. We also got Ricky Saints out there with Oba Femi. Obviously, Ricky Saints celebrating his win against Trick Williams, also addressing Oba Femi making his return. Oba Femi then comes out, basically tells Ricky that he's coming back for his title, and that the title is going to be back around his waist sooner rather than later. This then leads to them making a match official for NXT's Deadline pay-per-view, which will be in December. And so that rematch will happen at Deadline. But then, like an annoying little sibling that just won't stop begging for attention, that won't stop begging for attention, Trick Williams comes out and again decides, you know what, Ricky, I'm not done. Okay, this ain't done. I ain't done, and it's not over until that title is around my waist. Until that title is around my waist, I will come after it how many times I have to. Well, obviously someone was willing to shut Trick up in the form of Miles Bourne with a steel chair to the back. So great, thank you, Miles Bourne. And Trick, you lost in that last man standing match to Ricky Saints. Why can't you just let it go? You lost your title. You never won it back. All the rematches you got, and you still can't move on. Well, sure. You've pissed off way too many people. You've pissed off way too many people, Trick. I don't know, Z. If you want, I can give you another one. If you want to, I can make you another mod. I can make you a mod again, and just to be fair, I'll just do it now, right now, just to be fair. Okay, well, it's been done. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, Z. I'm glad at least you're here at the moment. Everybody else that's here or has been here is basically one of those bot accounts or one of Moxley's fake accounts. So we got a vignette for the newest official member of the NXT roster, that being the winner of LFG Season 2, Shiloh Hill. His gimmick, from what I can tell, is that of a guy who's very interested in the dark web, very good with computers, I'm guessing, I'm guessing it's a little like a hacker-esque gimmick, but then again, we already got that. In Mustafa Ali at one point, because if we all know, the hacker during the pandemic era, that we saw on SmackDown during the pandemic era, that was Mustafa Ali, apparently, sharing everybody's secrets and stuff. But hey, I'm very interested in seeing what he has to offer. We then we get Miles Bourne backstage with Ava, general manager Ava. She's not exactly happy about what Miles Bourne did to Trick Williams, but she did basically say, you know what, if you want a match between him, how do you know, Danny? Mox, shut up. What is your problem with me? Why can't you just leave me alone? But hey, Danny, I appreciate you being here, and I know that's you, because there's nobody else that I know of that has a channel named My Cool Dog. I don't know, but I guess maybe it looks like I'm gaining weight. I don't know. But anyway, we got Javon Evans and Leon Slater. Javon Evans and the X Division champion in TNA, Leon Slater versus Dark State for the NXT Tag Team titles. This match came about because last month at TNA's Bound for Glory event, we got a match between Javon Evans and Leon Slater, which was very, very good, but the match ended in a bit of controversy after Dark State decided to interfere in the match, basically ruining what was a great match between two of them, two of the youngest and best superstars that their companies have. So this obviously, that's now a reason why we got this match. And as I predicted, the challengers lost. Didn't expect Javon and Leon to win the titles anyways. After this, we got Sol Ruca and Zarya backstage. Sol Ruca was not happy about what Zarya did, throwing in the towel like that, but also she did it because she didn't want to have her best friend's career basically end in one night, simply because of simply because of her stubbornness and unwilling to quit. But where this is leading to, I have no idea. But will it lead to a heel turn? More than likely, who? Don't know yet. Then we got the main event. Obviously, we got Tatum Paxley versus Jacy Jayne for the women's title. I actually did a short video on the ending of this match. I actually did a short video for the ending of this match. I've uploaded it. I uploaded it to YouTube, and since it has now gotten over 2,000 views and is now the second most viewed shorts video on my channel, on this channel, that's because at the end of the match, I was very much hoping that Tatum Paxley would retain her title here. Did I expect at some point that the Culling were going to turn on her? Yes. Didn't expect it to be during the match, but that's what happened. Izzy, as the Fatal Influence was distracting the referee, the Culling was distracting Tatum from getting back in the ring. This led to Izzy kicking Tatum's head off, putting her back into the ring. This led to Jacy hitting the rolling encore elbow. I don't know. Oh, Aaron, thank you for coming. I don't think it's been the worst he's been, but it's got to be up there. But that's how the match ended. I was so unhappy about that. I was like, damn. They couldn't even let Tatum get a month in as champion. They couldn't let Tatum even get her footing as champion. Why did they even give her the title in the first place if all they were going to do was just give it right back to Jacy? Oh, and guess what? Who's Jacy going to face now? She's beaten every single babyface that they could have put in front of her. They've put her against everybody, and it's like, okay, what's there for Jacy Jayne to do on NXT that she hasn't already done? She's already been NXT Women's Champion, been NXT Women's Tag Team Champion twice. That was before they stopped using the titles. That's before they discontinued the titles after unifying them. After the last champs, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, were in a unification match for the titles that included Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. But what's else for her to do as NXT Women's Champion? She's faced everybody. She's faced every babyface. In order for her to even have babyfaces to challenge her, they'd have to then start pulling talent from either Evolve or TNA or even AAA, which they've done in the past. But I just don't understand their booking decision here. Other than that, this show was very good, and I will rate it a 7.5 out of 10. Then we go to AEW Dynamite. This is the go home show before AEW's Full Gear pay-per-view, which I will not be watching. Wish I could. I definitely would like to watch it. But I am not gonna watch it. I don't have the ability to do so. So what I might wind up doing is I might wind up just going and seeing if there's anybody on YouTube that's live streaming it. And I do know a few people who are going to be live streaming the show, so I'll probably just watch someone's live stream of it, and that's how I'll keep up with the show. But yeah, it is what it is. We got Bobby Lashley versus Ricochet. This was the first match / segment of the show. Obviously, this was to determine the number 1 entrant in the Casino Gauntlet match, which will be for the national championship. Yes, AEW has decided that they will bring a new title into a new quote unquote mid card title into their promotion. And so, yeah, it's not like they need any more titles. What? That can't be. Aaron, that can't be possible because you're not timed out. You're not timed out. I know I didn't time you out, and you're a standard mod on my channel. And the only way you could be timed out by anybody is if it was a standard mod, is if it was a manager mod doing it. And I know it's not me. I know I don't time people out. I don't time my mods out. No, Mox, I did not do it. And stop telling me I did. Stop telling me that I did. Who cares? Well, this match went exactly how I thought it was going to end up. Bobby Lashley wins. Congratulations. We got FTR backstage. They cut a backstage promo, obviously, in the preparation for their match against Brodito, Brody King and Bandito for the AEW World Tag Team Champions. Will they win tonight? I don't know. I'm kind of hoping they don't. Mox, you're the one that's lying. Because that's basically all you do, is lie. I have no idea. Red Sox 221. Who's Red Sox 221 of all people? Hey, Thomas Jefferson 2255. How was he hidden? Why was he hidden? No, you're not exempt from timeouts. Okay, who keeps hiding these people? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna make an assumption here that it is Z. So there you go, Z. You get a timeout. You get a timeout. And you get hidden. Okay, something's going on here, and I don't know what it is. We got Young Bucks and Josh Alexander versus Skyflight. This was a match. Yeah, well, Young Bucks and Josh Alexander won this match. Won this match pretty easily. Then after this, we got Kenny Omega coming back. Obviously, he is going to be involved in a match tonight at Full Gear, which will be apparently a $1 million match. Another money match because, hey, because God forbid we don't have a big money match on Full Gear, at Full Gear. Just, yeah. But hey, let's keep on with the show. Obviously, just send to also led to Jurassic Express, who will also be in that match with Kenny Omega. So that's how that ended. We also got Shelton Benjamin versus Mike Bailey. This was for the second spot, number 2 spot in the Casino Gauntlet match. This was a good match, but Shelton Benjamin, he won the match. Congrats to him. So the Hurt Syndicate will be starting the Casino Gauntlet match 1-2. And so that's nice. That is nice. We then get the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli and Jon Moxley versus the Conglomerations. Hey, Aaron, I don't know what's going on, but I timed out Z for like 30 minutes, so you should be okay. Because there aren't any more guys. There aren't any more mods on my channel at the moment, so hopefully you don't get timed out this time. Yeah. Also, we got, and as always, Death Riders, they won the match. They did win the match. I think it is. We got, this then led to Kyle O'Reilly coming out, locking in an ankle lock on Jon Moxley before the Death Riders were able to get into safety. This led to Kyle O'Reilly demanding a match against Jon Moxley at Full Gear, and it will be no holds barred. So great. We're getting another violent match at the pay-per-view. Should be a good match. Let's see if we'll see if Jon Moxley will win this one. MLB Sage, thank you for doing the honors and hiding that piece of trash, piece of Australian garbage from my live stream. We also got Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa, the Timeless Love Bombs. They had a very unique entrance, which I definitely liked. But they were in action in the AEW Women's Tag Team Tournament against the first round match against Alex Windsor and Riho. This obviously was a win for Toni and Mina. Didn't expect anything else to happen here. Okay match, but hey. Seriously, Mox, will you never learn? You will never learn. It doesn't matter how many damn fake accounts you make. I will always time them out. I will always hide them, and you will not be allowed on my live streams ever. You're literally you're making a fool of yourself. self, and the whole world, and the whole world knows it. We also got Pac cutting a promo on Darby Allin. Now, apparently, Pac is also going to be wrestling at Full Gear tonight in a match against Darby Allin. This match should be good. And Pac has basically told Darby, just so we're clear, Mox, Maroney ain't here. Maroney isn't here. He hasn't shown up not once today. I don't expect him to, but he hasn't shown up. Yeah. But this match between Pac and Darby Allin will be a straight one-on-one match. No bells and whistles at all, just straight wrestling. He's decided that he thinks he now knows Darby's weakness, and that is his reliance on weapons. And as long as he stripped Darby of what he does best, maybe Pac has an edge in this match. I'm hoping Pac wins, but I'm guessing Pac's going to lose this match. Here's what it is. And then we got the main event, Hangman on a Page versus Katsuyori Shibata. This obviously was a win for Hangman. Obviously, after the match, Hangman cut a promo on Samoa Joe, who was at ringside on commentary. Obviously, he told Samoa Joe to remember the last time he was stuck inside of a steel cage with another man, and remember how that went. And do you remember how that went? Or do you remember how that went? Like, yeah, of course we know. You stuck a hypodermic needle, if I'm not mistaken, it was a hypodermic needle inside Swerve Strickland's mouth, and then with a steel chair, just kablam, and yeah, we know how that lasts. We know how the last steel cage match for you ended, Hangman. Let's hope it doesn't get to that. But hey, here's what it is. Show wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible, so I'll just give it a 6 out of 10. And then we got Friday Night SmackDown. Great show, by the way. Good show, by the way, tonight. We got, obviously, the beginning of the show, we got to relive the what happened on Monday Night Raw with both Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns making their returns to WWE television for the first time. Basically, for Roman, it was the first time since Crown Jewel, and for Brock, it was the first time since WrestlePalooza. I guess he really didn't mean it when he told the Usos, "I don't ever want to see you till Christmas." Well, that's kind of redundant now, because it now doesn't mean anything, because he lost. Because it now doesn't matter anymore. But hey, we got the Vision out there. Now, eventually, they would be interrupted by Cody, or at least so we thought. We got Cody's entrance music coming on, but Cody wasn't there. He was in his bus, which coincidentally just happened to be where Drew was too, and Cody Rhodes got busted up. Not a whole lot, but busted. So it is what it is. Good opening segment. And again, good build for War Games. We also got Alexa Bliss backstage. She was with Charlotte Flair. Obviously, she wants Charlotte Flair to be on Ripley's team for War Games, but Charlotte Flair doesn't exactly want to. But then she brought Rhea Ripley with her, so she and Charlotte Flair could good talk. Again, another good build-up for War Games. It was a good show. It was a good show, Mox. Stop lying. Stop lying, Mox. Just because you don't like the show doesn't mean we all have to. It doesn't mean we all have to hate the show. Just because you hated the show doesn't mean we all have to hate the show. Okay? We're not. You can't force us to hate stuff just because you hate it. Just because I'm like I'm not going to force my opinions of wrestling onto other people. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinions, but when it comes to you, you just hate everything. You hate everything. Me especially. I'm not stuttering, you stupid goof. Oh, and thank you so much for that, for those kind words, Mox. I'm sure Matt will love them. I'm sure Matt will love the kind words you were saying about me and my mom, about my mom being drunk. I'm sure Matt will love those comments about my mom being drunk. Yeah. Then we get the first match of the night, which is Ilya Dragunov in another United States Championship Open Challenge match. This match was accepted by none other than JD McDonough, and I immediately knew that when I heard the Judgment Day's music hit, I thought this was probably JD because Dominic's got his stuff with John Cena to worry about. Finn's got his match with Penta later, so I thought it had to be JD, and as I expected, this match was great. It was great. Not that I even want to, Mox. Not that I even want to. But it is what it is. But it is what it is. Ilya Dragunov was able to win the match. Congratulations. And another great match for Ilya. And the US title, for that matter. We then get Tomas. And after this match, we got Tommaso Ciampa backstage, obviously with Ilya. He's still looking for a match for the United States title, which I don't know why we haven't gotten this match yet, but it looks like we're going to. And also, we still got Tama Tonga again eyeing up Ilya Dragunov's U.S. title. So it's like we're getting at least 2 potential matches for the United States title in one segment. It is what it is. Let's move on. We then get Nick Aldis backstage with Paul Heyman. Obviously, Nick is not happy that Paul Heyman decided to use the quote-unquote loophole that he still seemingly created in the contract that said that Paul Heyman could choose anybody for his War Games team to get Drew McIntyre on the War Games. And as far as he's concerned, Drew McIntyre is still persona non grata on SmackDown, and he's not allowed on SmackDown. But Paul Heyman made it clear, don't worry, he's not here. He's not here. He's not in the building, is he? No. Well, but hey. And he basically said that the only reason why Bronson Reed is even allowed in the building is because he's got a match in the Last Time Is Now tournament, which was the next thing we got. We got Carmelo Hayes versus Bronson Reed. This match went about 14 minutes. Pretty good match. And Carmelo Hayes was able to advance via countout after Cody Rhodes was able to hit a crossroads on Bronson Reed, getting some much needed payback on the Vision heading in the War Games. Hey, Austin. I'm pretty sure that is you. Welcome. Welcome back. Ooh, 12 likes. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Good. Second live stream in a row that I've gotten 12, at least 10 likes or more. That's nice. We then get, after this, we got Jade Cargill. We got Chelsea Green backstage with Fire. She was supposedly getting ready for her celebration to, I guess, celebrate her winning the U.S. title, women's U.S. title for the second time in her career. But obviously Chelsea wasn't sure that tonight was the right night. And so she decided to reschedule the event, which I now know is scheduled now for next week. And from what I saw on the spoilers, Jade Cargill will interrupt that segment. Great. I don't know where this is leading to. If this is leading to a match, I don't know. We'll see where this leads. But we got Charlotte Flair talking with Rhea Ripley. And after a good talking to, Charlotte Flair finally decided, you know what, I'm just gonna put my pride to the side and just join your team for War Games. And it's great because they need her. They need her for War Games. Then we get another match, Fraxium versus DIY. This match lasted around 8 minutes. It was a good match. We've seen it, but it's a good match. It was a good match. One of the things I liked about this match is that we got both Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa's theme songs back, their original NXT themes back. So we got those back, which only adds fuel to the fire that Def Rebel might be out the door sooner rather than later, which as far as I'm concerned. Which as far as I'm concerned is fine by me. We also got also DIY won this match. Good for them. We got Finn Balor and Penta in the Last Time Is Now tournament. This match was good. Also was good. We got Penta getting the win. And so Penta, I can't remember, Penta will face Solo Sikoa. The next match in the Last Time Is Now, his next match will be against Solo Sikoa. And then the winner of that match will more than likely go on to face Gunther, because I feel like that's the way it's going to happen. And then the ending of the match, the ending of the show, the main event was the Women's War Games match. We still hadn't found out who the 5th members were for both teams. Obviously, Rhea decided to announce AJ Lee as their 5th and final member, but almost as soon as AJ Lee was announced and came out, the heels started attacking the baby faces, and the AJ Lee coming to the rescue, but then Becky Lynch decided to sneak attack AJ Lee. This then led to Becky Lynch deciding to join up with the heels for War Games, and so now the Women's War Games match lineup is set. That is how the show ended. If I was to rate last night's Friday Night SmackDown, I'd give it a 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. Good shows this week, great wrestling this week. Obviously, I'm excited for Survivor Series War Games. But hey, it is what it is. That's the end of this live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I know I did. Be sure to hit that like button, share out the live stream if you want to, and if you can. I appreciate it. It's not required, but I do appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time, next week. And until next time, peace out, guys.